A great Thursday morning. It is a beautiful morning in the city of Brownsville, Texas. Except that AT&T is not working, so I'm going to have probably limited audience today. I was tripping out this morning. I literally turned off and on my phone like twice because my phone was not working, and then I started to use my watch. I said, "Well, let me try my watch because my phone's not working." Sure enough, watch didn't work either. Then I remembered my watch is AT&T too. So I came to the office to pick up my Spectrum phone. It wasn't charged. And I came to pick up my cell phone. It wasn't charged. And because Ruby was the one that started messing with my Spectrum phone, it's in Spanish. And I don't understand Spanish. I do. My bad. I thought you were on your way to Cuba. Uh, I will leave here on Saturday. Spend the night in Monterrey and leave a Sunday after church from Monterrey. That is the plan, Stan. I went to. I was at Walmart. That's where I found out that my phone was dead. Morning, everyone. Beautiful day today, Andy. I love that car. Hermosísimo el Andy y el carro también. Um, I was at Walmart this morning, and that's where I found out that my phone was dead. Actually, I went because they had these Chema. They had these slipper socks. They had these slipper socks. Slipper socks. Slipper socks. They had these slipper socks on. Slipper socks, and they were on sale. They were like originally like $10. They were on sale for $3. So I bought like 27 pairs, maybe 28. I bought them all at $3 because I figured it'd be kind of cool to take to Cuba. Although Cuba is kind of warm during the day, it gets kind of chilly at night. So I figured it's a nice little gift. Right now, I mentioned to Ruby, I'm debating whether. Thank you, Lisandro. I'm debating whether to unpack them or to take them as they are because they come like this. And see, $3. Of course, I'm going to take the $3 price off. I don't want them to think that que, mira, nos trajo unos pantuflas de $3. So I'm debating taking toilet paper. Well, they might use these as toilet paper. That's what I'm concerned with. But look at that. They're nice and warm. I haven't tried these. these particular, and on the bottom they've got this like non-slip little thing type of thing. I'm sure they're made in China. They're made from recycled polyester. Yeah, they of course are made in China. Everything's made in China, but aren't they cute for $3? And I'm questioning whether to take this off and just take like a C in order to save some space, or just like to llevarlas así todas aplastaditas, so that when you gift them, they'll look extra nice. Reese seems to think we should leave them like that, so we'll see. Joyce one pair again, $3. So that's when I found out that um, my phone wasn't working. I was trying to send a message to folks, and but we are leaving on Saturday. I have one full bag. I'm taking a bunch of snacks for the kids, candy. I'm taking medicine, a crap load of medicine that I've collected there in my medicine thing, and I have another suitcase that either I'm going to fill up with other stuff like toiletries and stuff, like shampoos, soaps, and stuff, and any space that I have. On Saturday evening or Sunday morning, I'm going to go hit one of those farmacias in Monterrey, just load up the rest of the suitcases with. I did buy 6 suitcases to document. So I'll be able to take 6 suitcases full. So I'm excited about that. I have flights already, taxis already reserved. I have one of the hotels reserved. I'm going to wait till Friday to reserve the last hotel where we're going to stay in Cienfuegos, because we're actually going to Cienfuegos. Kind of cool little trip, missionary trip. Big turn for the Republican Party, huh? Um, I'm not sure exactly what you're referring to in regards to the turn for the Republican Party. The Republican Party, in general, is in shambles. It's in big shambles in regards to nationwide. It is in trouble. It is in trouble, I think, because of not so much because of the Trump factor. I think it's in trouble because of the inward fighting in Congress. Just they can't agree on anything, especially with this immigration reform. Immigration is a mess, and I think that's something that big turnout for Republicans. Oh yeah, and I think that was kind of expected, and I'm hoping that there's a lot of people, even on the Democrat side, that are going to go out there and vote against Mayra Flores. I can't stand her. And again, I'm hoping individuals go out there and decide to say, you know what, Democrats have already basically decided who they're going to lead them into the general election in November. I don't think anyone's going to do anything against Eric Garza. I think Eric Garza is going to be the Democrat candidate for sheriff. I don't even know if he has the opposition on the Republican side for sheriff. I think this is ultimately going to decide. And even if he did have opposition, I think it's just ultimately going to decide. I think it's going to be La Mantequilla against Adam Hinojosa. So it's going to be interesting. But we'll see. My biggest concern is on the national level. I was actually last night. I watched the Donald Trump forum that he had, a town hall that he had with Laura Ingraham, and again, Trump did a good job. What most interests me about the forum was when he mentioned they asked him about vice president uh, possibilities. That was very telling. He didn't mention Tim Scott, which I think is a great choice. Vivek, which I think is great, interesting. But more importantly, I think when they mentioned my pick for vice president for Trump, I was excited. Tulsi Gabbard, that is the person that I think Trump should get as his vice president nominee. That would be historic. Historic. historic and would be the bestest move. Thank you, Sandra. Appreciate you, puppy. Take them toilet paper. Yeah, it is very much needed. One size fits all. Yeah, it is what those one size fits alls. One size fits most. Los patones. Yes. Both parties are in trouble. I have no faith in any government official. None. I agree with you. Roman is going to be pissed. Who's Roman? All politicians are unethical and corrupt. Not all. Frankie salió chafas. Again, I don't understand why the story that he stated it was going to come out did not come out. I don't know. But again, one of the things that I made mention when he did come out with us, I think 2 days ago, or was it yesterday? I'm not even sure. It's not easy, guys, doing what we're doing. So again, a lot of times, and again, I'm not going to make excuses for Frankie not coming through with the breaking story. It was 997, but sometimes you receive more information or other information, and you want to like complete the story. So we'll see. We'll ask next time he comes on. Put the word out to help Science for Sheriff. I can only do so much. Uh, I think Ronnie. I even made mention of this. I think Ronnie was out there still working it very, very hard. Yeah, I don't think he has a chance. I think Eric is a powerhouse. Eric is a powerhouse out there. I don't think any of them are going to come close to Eric, but we'll see. If it goes into a runoff, if it goes into a runoff, I'd be very, very surprised. Sainz va a perder. Yeah. Va a ganar Rosas. Again, it's going to be interesting. I don't see anyone not going into a runoff. I think it will be Eric Garza in a runoff, and I just don't think that any one of them will beat Eric Garza in a runoff. Oh, Winter Schnitzel coming soon. Der Winter Schnitzel, we used to have a Der Winter Schnitzel here. It was there where Raleigh's was at, where Taco Campeon is right now. And let me tell you, I kind of like Der Winter Schnitzel. If it is coming, I'm excited. It's called a booty. Science has more experience than Rosas. Rosas is another Conrado Cantu. Mm. More Erasmo, why are people driving like crazy and it's not even the weekend? Where are the police? Uh, Again, remember, we have a very limited police force out there. And for some reason, it seems that the police force is hell bent on spending more time giving tickets than actually patrolling the areas that need a little bit more of supervision out there, especially around the schools, like Morrison, where it's chaotic, especially for those individuals that are trying to get into idea. It's a mess. And not only that, I mean, these streets over here where they're doing all this construction work and everyone's just like going back crap crazy to get where they need to go. It's just a mess. Any politician attacking the Mexican immigration for propaganda will lose. Tómala. Uh, I don't think it's the Mexicans that are the issue, Lalo. I think it's everyone from uh, South Central America, and a lot of the individuals that are coming, even from Asia and some of the Eastern European countries that are coming across Mexico. It's kind of weird, but I don't hear about a lot of Mexicans swimming across much anymore. Science has zero experience, camarada. I think none of them do. Eric didn't have any experience either. Corrado Cantu was a great sheriff. Just ask those that voted for him way back in the 90s. Let me say, guys, yesterday I did have the opportunity to be at the BISD. I did put up a picture. I looked amazing. I, I looked so damn good. And it was good to be back at BISD. It was good to be in the boardroom. I arrived and it was kind of strange to have all those empty board member parking spots there available in the front of the building. I did park, found a good parking spot, and I walked myself in and was greeted by a lot of friends, a lot of individuals out there. I did run into a parent liaison out there who was, uh, uh, you know, we conversed a little bit in regards to the consolidation of some of the schools. And she said, "You know what, Erasmo?" She goes, "I'm okay with it. I'm for it." And I said, at this point, I mentioned to her, there's no other choice. It's got to happen. And unfortunately, a lot of individuals, don't realize, don't understand. It gets to a point where you really, really don't have any other choice. But it's going to happen, folks, and it's going to happen. And there's not much that anyone can do about it at this point. It must have been kind of trippy. It was kind of trippy. It was kind of trippy to be back, actually. Latinos across the U.S. are united and a huge voting bloc. Dare they on either party attack, and we will turn out the vote. Uh, I'm going to disagree with you, Lalo. I think a lot of the Latinos that are here are fed up with individuals coming across illegally. Yikes. Sorry. We can agree to disagree. But I walked into the boardroom and got to see a lot of individuals. I met Dr. Chavez. I had not had the pleasure of meeting Dr. Chavez before. Um, had a conversation out there, and I congratulated Dr. Chavez, and same thing that I mentioned here, my prayers, and I hope that he does great things for the district. And, uh, ran into Tim Ramirez, board member Tim Ramirez, who is a friend of mine, will always be a friend of mine. And again, wish them the best in regards to the decision making process. Had a conversation with Jessica Gonzalez. Again, had a conversation with her in regards to the closing of schools. And I made mention the same thing that I've stated here before. It is very, very unfortunate that schools had to close. But again, I don't blame them for making this decision at this point. It's the only decision that can be made, and it hurts. It's uh, uncalled for. It's sad, but we what we have to focus on is what has brought us to this point. And what has brought us to this point, unfortunately, is the mishandling of the funds. And there needs to be an audit out there. We need to know exactly where the money went, where the ESSER funds were spent, where the Elon Musk money went. We need to know where it all went. Texas has carpetbaggers like Paxton, Patrick Cruz Roy. They come from other states to run for office here in Texas. Yeah, send them back. ¿Cómo te fue? I had a great time. Uh, got to meet a lot of the individuals out there that I used to work with, that worked for. And again, great. Good morning, my friend. Humbly asked for people to vote for Joey Lizarde for JP Precinct 2-1. Your vote is your voice. Joey Lizarde is an amazing guy. I've known Joey Lizarde since he was working with Cameron County. He's a good friend, a great friend to the community. And one of the things I appreciate about Joey Lizarde is that he doesn't have to be working for Cameron County. He doesn't have to be serving in elected position to be an asset to the community. So, Joe, Godspeed. I haven't seen. I've been out. Haven't seen Joe much during this electoral campaign. But Godspeed, and échale muchísimas, muchísimas ganas, muchísimos kilos, man. And to all the Elizardi family, saludos, racita. Tulsi Gabbard is a great choice. I couldn't believe that you left the Broken Sprocket before she got to speak there when she came to Brownsville. Why did you leave so early? You should have had a chance to meet her. Uh, One of the things about me is that, and I think a lot of people don't realize this. I'm not really good with big crowds. I mean, I can speak and I can walk the room. This is one of the reasons why I don't go to Taste of La Frontera. I get invited to a lot of the major events out there, and I usually go and I do an acto of presencia, like hi guys, hi hi hi, and then I leave. I'm not much of a crowd person, and it's not that I'm antisocial. It's just I it's just not my thing. But I do appreciate Tulsi Gabbard. I like Tulsi Gabbard. I like her politics. I like that she went after Hillary Clinton, Hillary Clinton while she was running for president on the Democrat side, and I think it would be amazing for Trump to nominate her for vice president because let me tell you, as it would bring in a lot of individuals. I think it would be amazing. I agree, paying Chavez. Well, actually, that's one of the things that Jessica Gonzalez goes, and you were talking about $1 million contract. I said, well, you have to understand that no one is going to accept a 1 year contract. If you're going to accept a contract, it's going to be for either 3, 4 years. And if you're talking about a salary of minimum, I mean, take into consideration Rene Gutierrez was making 300 plus 300 plus thousand 300 plus $1,000 a year. If you're talking about a 3 year contract, that's $900,000. If you're going to give Dr. Chavez a 4 year contract at $250,000 a year, that's $1 million contract. So that's what I tried to make mention to Jessica Gonzalez yesterday, because that's one of the things I think that she was going like, well, you were making mention it was $1 million contract. I go like, well, I mean, how many years are you going to give someone a contract for? I don't think anyone out there in their right mind would take a contract for less than 2, 3 years. No one is going to take a 1 year contract. I mean, unless someone is desperate. So it's going to be probably a 4 year contract. If it is a 4 year contract, it's $1 million contract. It's like football players or basketball players. He got a $300 million contract. In 5 years, he's going to get paid $60 million a year. Does that make sense? Something like that. I think I'm right. Did Martha the Amber snaggle to say hi? um, I did not see Denise. I did see Daniela Lopez Valdez. I did not see Carlos Elizondo. And I did see Frank Ortiz from a distance. Yeah. Good morning. I humbly ask for everyone's support my vote by voting for me. I can't give you free chicken plates like they are doing in Cameron Park. However, what I can offer you is my bigger vision for precinct 2 constable office. I vision find better ways to use my staff and budget to better serve precinct 2, be more active and visible in community to provide better service and protection, meet quarterly and people from different subdivisions, colonias, and listen to their needs. Carlos Martinez is running for constable precinct 2. Carlos has been all over the place, has been shaking hands, going to events, working it. Godspeed. And I think right now Carlos is facing a very very tough race against Abel Gomez and Coria. I think that those are his two opponents. I think those are the only two opponents in that race. It's going to be a very, very interesting race. Carlos, muchas ganas, Godspeed, and chile todos los kilos. Abbas' ambition for vice presidents have deflated since his moves at the border and anti-Mexican propaganda. AMLO has already mobilized the Latinos in the U.S. to vote out the adversaries. I like AMLO to a certain degree. I hate that any president out there from any other country would try to influence anyone in the United States to vote any which way. But how is it the school in a budget crisis right now? Yeah, but the school desperately needs a superintendent, and we're already paying for the interim anyway. It's going to happen. Essentially, what they need to do is do away with the lower positions, without a doubt. I am getting ready for work now that we have a new constable like that. Where does this precinct cover? Precinct 2 covers, if I'm not mistaken, Cameron Park area, that area towards East Brownsville. Guys, have a great day. I'm going to start my work day and get ready for preparing for Cuba. Guys, be good to each other. Continue to be good to me. God bless.